So what I'm dealing with here on this property, I purchased this property and I've been getting it ready. I cleaned up the backyard. I took a bunch of stuff in from the garage, several tires. And after that, they threw their tires over here and I made them take it back. I've also made them take their swing set and trampoline, put it on their property. They pretty much got pretty upset about this stuff. And then there was a guy that came over here, was working in the yard here on his truck. And when he left, he did a couple of ruts when he left. And then I went and asked the neighbors not to do that anymore. And now I came here and look at this. So now I'm also wanting their garage or shed moved over. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all their stuff and move it over there. And in about an hour, I'm actually gonna drag the garage over to onto their property. Also, better mention this stuff for you guys. I actually had called the police before I moved anything and told them about this. Since I actually didn't see them doing this, and at the time I just knew it was from their property, someone from there did it. The cop says they really can't do anything right now, and they said the garage is actually a civil thing, so you have to go up to the courthouse and deal with that. The way I look at it is, why am I going to go pay money for something that they're doing? What I'm going to do is I move it, and then it's a civil matter that they need to take it to court. And when we go to court, I just show that it was on my property, that the garage is actually in limbo right now, and they said they wanted it, so I moved it over there for them. So that suit should be knocked out of court if we do. So they're the ones that's going to be going and paying the fee. So that's how I look at it. Since then, we had the neighbors here and a few neighbors over from the low income over across the street said that it was the Justin Haynes that lives here in this blue house, and they said it was in a blue Buick, which to us, that might, I don't know if that's it, because these tires tracks look kind of big, but who knows what kind of tires they have on it. Got some pretty good ruts in here, but this is what I need to get it done, get it off of my property. So enjoy, guys. Another thing that makes this a little easier is that I've yelled in the window and told them that I wanted the garage moved. No one's coming outside. They're all scared of getting busted. Most of these people that come to this house are normally meth users, and they all are probably on probation and whatever else. So no one's coming out and actually confronting me on this or talking to me. So makes my job easier of moving it on over. I take that back. We have some meth heads that came outside. I've already asked this gentleman to leave my property, and this other guy isn't leaving either. You guys moving it? So they actually came over and parked their vehicle up on my property. I've already asked them to move. What? They pretty much are telling me that they're mad because I asked them to move the trampoline and why I made a big deal about it. This still is no excuse. It's on my property. I've asked them to move it.
I'm gonna be across the street if you need me.
I won't need you.
You're good right there, Tyler.
Alright guys, that escalated pretty quickly. They actually came here. You guys seen that they were out there trying to get us not to move it. So we ended up calling the cops. The cops did come here and they kind of sorted it out a little bit. They kept on trying to say it was still a silver medal. We never hit each other. So there was no physical confrontation yet. And I just pretty much kept on telling them that I wanted the shed off the property. The cop therefore tried to tell me that I needed to go and pay to get the lines. I have it on the assessor's page. The assessor's page lines are pretty accurate. They're not 100%, but I have done it before and looked at them, and they're pretty close. So what I told them is that I was going to move the garage, and if they wanted to do anything, they can go and do a civil suit, because I'm not going to pay for those charges or those fees. And pretty much the cops still went ahead and worked it out where they're saying that they're going to move the contents of the garage and move it to their property. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I told them they can have a week But this stuff was uncalled for, how they handled it. So hopefully it'll get handled, and that'll be the end of it. The person that also did the cookies in the yard took the tailgate that I had for this truck. It's made out of the same wood as this and those posts. There's 2 of them. I had it leaning up against here, and they pulled up, probably loaded it up, and then because there's some ruts right here where you can see that it takes off right here. I doubt you guys can see that, but there's rut marks right here where they squealed out and may have just left or did the cookies afterwards or something. But they took it. The cops are actually out looking for who they think did it, that has trucks, and I'll let you guys know if we find my tailgate. Looks like they started out right in the front yard. Guys, I went ahead and got started on ripping this place out. Got the tub and stuff like that out of here. Ripped the cabinet, started ripping down the wall paneling that was in here. And one of the problems I'm already having now is I'm right by some low income places, and there's a meth head that had his truck out here, and I started noticing a lot of the stuff I've been pulling out of the house was getting put into the back of his truck. And I just confronted him about it, asked him not to come and take stuff, because I'm going to take this stuff in, and some of it I was going to keep, which I've already pulled out the stuff that I think I'm going to use somewhere else already out of there. But anyways, you got people just coming through and taking shit, and that tells me right now that when I do start remodeling this place, I'm not going to be able to leave any tools here, anything like that. So I mean, it kind of sucks. You know, and then once I confronted him, he acted like he didn't even know what I was talking about, and that he didn't put it in his truck, and then he started yelling slumlord at me. Yeah, some